covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
A jail employee has now been charged in that jailbreak in New Orleans. The Shasta County Courthouse reopens after a week-long closure, and containment is growing on the spring fire after burning 12 acres overnight in Siskiyou County. But first, breaking news, the Mount Shasta Police Department is looking for a person of interest in connection with the Spring Hill fire that is still not fully controlled. The person of interest is described as a white male adult last seen in the vicinity of Mount Shasta City Park. He has a slender build, short, dark, curly hair, and a scruffy beard. Police say he was wearing only gray sweatpants with no shirt or shoes. You see someone matching that description, call police, but do not approach him. An evacuation warning is still in place in Siskiyou County because of the spring fire. It's burning near the city of Mount Shasta. 2 other evacuation warnings have been lifted. Now, Mount Shasta Zone 6155, that you can see here, remains under a warning. 174 structures are potentially threatened. This is a look at the fire as it burned last night. It has burned, again, 12 acres in the Spring Hill area. That's on the northern edge of Mount Shasta. Containment stands at 10%. CAL FIRE says the forward progress has been stopped. That fire started around 8:30 last night. The cause under investigation, but as you heard at the beginning of the show, they are looking for a person of interest. An early morning house fire is being investigated in Boerne today. The fire reported around 3:30 this morning on Tamarack Avenue. CAL FIRE told us the home was fully involved in flames. We are working to find out whether anyone was injured. This is a live lookout from the Inskip Hill Alert California camera. We're seeing sunny skies and warmer temperatures today. For the very latest, we check in with Court Klopping.
Yeah, that's right, Linda. Heading into this afternoon, temperatures projected to end up slightly warmer than yesterday, and we do have exclusively sunny skies over the majority of our region right now. This is the view from the South Forks lookout camera north of Whiskeytown in Shasta County, northeast or northwest, that is, of Redding, looking southeast over the valley. And you're seeing a lot of blue overhead right now. Satellite and radar, sunshine for everyone. The exception is just a brief little cloud brushing down the coast right now. But that is it. And as we head into this afternoon, it's getting toasty out there. 79 degrees for Chico with sunny skies. Wind out of the west at 15 miles an hour right now. Redding, 78 degrees, sunny skies. North wind at 10 miles an hour. 80 degrees for Red Bluff with sunshine and those north winds. And 76 degrees right now with sunshine in Orville. Heading into this afternoon, those temperatures topping out in the upper 80s to lower 90s for the valley. Gusts are subsiding. They were up to around 25 miles an hour earlier. Now we're going to see those winds becoming lighter for the afternoon, but the humidity is dropping down into the teens. That'll leave us with moderate to high fire danger today as the very dry conditions lend themselves to easy fire starts. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll break down how much hotter we're getting as we head through the middle of this week and what you need to know to plan ahead for that all-important Memorial Day weekend.
All right, thank you, Court. We have new details on the dog attack in Orville that sent a woman to the hospital with critical injuries. Police now say she is listed in stable condition at an area medical center. Now, the attack happened just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon last Thursday in the area of Burlington Avenue near A Street. Orville police say the woman was bitten multiple times by pit bulls. Police say 2 dogs remain in the custody of the Northwest SPCA, and they are continuing to investigate. Anyone with information about the attack is asked to contact the Orville Police Department. The Shasta County Courthouse reopened this morning after being closed more than a week from flood damage. We told you Monday, May 12th, when the courthouse was initially shut down, the State Judicial Council operates the courthouse and told us the water damage was caused by a broken coupler, causing substantial damage to the second, first, and ground floors. The closure has caused many cases to be delayed. The Chico City Council could give final approval tonight to an ordinance restricting outdoor warming appliances with open flames. It's designed to reduce fires caused by transients in city parks and public spaces. The ordinance targets open flames in public spaces like parks, on city-owned property, and public rights of way. Fire Chief Steve Standridge says it does not change any rules for barbecuing in your own backyard.
You're not required to have a permit to barbecue your hamburgers and hot dogs in your backyard. We don't want to allow for people just to arbitrarily take barbecues into the public spaces, be it in the plaza, in the parks, in the waterways, on sidewalks.
The grills in Lower Park are separate from this and do not require a permit. Tonight in Red Bluff, the City Council will vote on the possible censure of Councilmember Cody Strzok. The Council will consider adopting the resolution of censure, which would remove Strzok from all honorary and ceremonial positions, as well as all ad hoc and standing committees. A formal complaint accuses him of violating city code by submitting a conditional use permit fee waiver request for a community garden project under his nonprofit organization. The council could also refer the issue to the district attorney, and they'll approve or reject a letter of reprimand to Strzok. The meeting starts at 5:30. Happening today, the Oroville City Council will talk about extending a new contract with CAL FIRE for fire protection. Council's looking at 3, 4, or 5 years for that contract. The city's also asking for input on the Gateway Project agreement. More than 10 years ago, it entered into a development agreement for a commercial real estate company to develop the site as a gateway to the city at Montgomery Street and Feather River Boulevard, but the project never broke ground. Glenn Medical Center in Willows is asking for help to save its emergency room. The hospital says the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS, has moved to remove their critical access status because of the proximity to Colusa Hospital. They say without the federal funding that comes with it, the Willows Emergency Department will close within a year. The hospital is requesting letters of support addressed to CMS, Congressman Doug LaMalfa, and Senator Alex Padilla. To find out more, head to our website, look under News and then News Links. The deadline is this Friday. Millions of Americans are bracing for more wild weather after another day of dangerous storms swept across the country. Kathy Park is in hard-hit Laurel, Kentucky with the latest.
Overnight, there were several confirmed tornadoes in Nebraska and Oklahoma, and unfortunately, portions of Kentucky are back in the bullseye again today. Here in Laurel, Kentucky, a likely EF3 tornado came through with wind speeds of more than 135 miles per hour. And everywhere you look, we're looking at massive debris fields. And today, with more bad weather on the way, the concern is what will the damaging winds do with all of this debris still on the ground? Now, yesterday, we saw volunteers pouring in from all across the country, residents coming back to their homes, salvaging what they could. But as I mentioned, there is more bad weather headed this way, and officials are urging people who are in the storm's path to basically have a game plan, find a safe space. Remember to avoid windows if you're at home, and if you have a basement, even better, head down there, because as you can see, just how damaging these twisters can be.
That was Kathy Park reporting from Laurel, Kentucky. A maintenance worker at the Orleans Parish Jail has been arrested in connection with a weekend jailbreak. Louisiana Attorney General says 33-year-old Sterling Williams cut off the water so the inmates could pull a toilet from the wall, allowing 10 of them to escape Friday morning. Williams is being held on charges of principal to simple escape and malfeasance in office. As of this morning, 4 of the inmates had been captured, 6 remain on the run. Coming up next, a guest joins us with what you need to know about Memorial Day observances in Chico.